I've been fiddling with this. I've been finding the book takes about 6 pages to explain some of this, and I've had this together and apart a couple of times, just trying to get us to simplify it and simplify the procedure. So I've got the shaft in, I've got the rock shaft or the draft spring in, and I've put the cylinder in and bolted the cylinder up. Now, there's a couple of things I'd like to show you that I never knew, that I do know now. So this cam here that runs on the top of on the teardrop, I suppose, on the cam that runs your position control, it sits into the housing here. But if you put this in and the other piece here first, don't put this shaft right across hard. Now, the reason I'm saying that is because I had all this lined up across hard and this was running off the edge, coming over the edge here. So I thought, well, that's not right. But I spaced it across a little bit and I actually made a little spacer to bring it across and line it up. But I worked out a bit later when I came to putting the quadrant in, that this piece here actually rubs on the bottom of the quadrant there. So that rubs there. So if you put this in first and bring the shaft right across hard and think you're doing the right thing like I thought, you won't be able to get the quadrant back in. You've got to loosen it off. So I've been fiddling with this for ages now. And just trying to get an easy way to explain how to do it all. So this fork here, the top of this rubs on here, and in here is the roller, is this roller there. It sits in the fork. So for position control. So I'll try and see if we can sort of get it working so we can just drop all this in easily. Now, I've done a few of these over the years, but I've probably never pulled the quadrant out and done things like that. And we've pushed this across to touch the quadrant and not known that you could do it wrong, but you can. I just found that out today. Okay, so I'll put that in. That goes into the housing there. And this cam, this cam doesn't go there, it goes in underneath there. Now, this next one that does the draft control, he goes in like that. This fork goes onto this roller, but you'll find that it's a bit long for putting it in. So what I've done, the screws there for the shaft, if I just bring that whole fork forward a little bit, that gives me enough room to pop that in with the fork in the correct position. Then this shaft can come in through the side. I'll just get an Allen key and give that a bit of a line up if I can. Okay, and as you can actually push this right across, and this roller comes off the cam there, and this rivet on the roller touches the housing. But if you don't tighten this up, I'll just put the grub screw in there. If you don't tighten this up, when you put the quadrant in here, it actually pushes it back there. So we'll just bump it across a little. There we go. Now with the quadrant, have it in the fast position and your 2 dots here. I'll bring it to there. And it looks like that has all the rollers back in, so it's not sticking outside the circle there. So that goes in. Line up the hole here. If we bring that in, and line up this fork, that should be okay. So this should be able to go in. And this tapered screw here, countersunk Allen head screw. It'll hold that quadrant in place. Now, I've seen these have been hit with centre punch marks and peened over here. And I just can't work out why, because it's not going to come off. You have the gasket and the housing, your diff housing coming along here, so it can't really go anywhere. I can understand about having it firm to take any movement out. I can understand that, but the other I don't know about. So, okay, so that one goes right through the roller travel. So the outside roller is in the fork there. This one here, bring him up. This one is hooked in there, so that can cancel out there. Now if I bring this shaft across, and look, don't thump it hard across, just push it across so there's a bit of, well, not even tension on it, just take up the slack. Then we should be able to tighten that up. I'll do it with a little. So you might see a couple of videos with different bits on and off, and then next time you see it, it'll be off. This is about the third time I've been filming this, and just finding out little tricks that I never knew, and so just trying to pass them on. There you go. So look, I'm pretty happy with that. Well, I still have to do these adjustments up the top here. Have to adjust all this up yet, and that's fine. We can make sure the arms are down for that. Arms have to be right down, but that shouldn't be a worry. Okay, well, there's only a couple of quick and easy adjustments for these levers as per the book until we get it on. So these nuts at the front there, they're all chomped up, and who knows how many times they've been off. So all I'm doing here is just banging a little shifter in there just to support them. Now these nuts actually work back to front to how you would think they are on the levers, but that's okay. Okay, to start with, your main control lever down the side must be in the fast position. The draft must be in between the two dots on the quadrant. And We'll get this fella started. I've already done the draft control one. Okay, we'll take that out. Now, what they're telling us to do, get that over here. Now this here is a 3 pound bit of brass. Now where I've got it sitting here over the side, there is a little roll that the later tractors have. I do have it, but on the stand here it doesn't work. So what they're saying is to put a 3 pound weight, let's say onto the draft lever here. So we'll hook that onto the draft. Well, actually we'll do the position first, just because it's in the road. Okay, so what they're saying is adjust this screw until where this lever comes to the front there, there's around 0.02 of an inch gap. So all they're doing is making sure that this isn't riding on the housing. There's a little air gap, and they say 2 thou. If you don't have all this stuff and you just hold that fairly firmly over there, you won't be too far away. So I'll just try and... Oh, we've got to make sure the arms are down as well. I've turned this little cam out of the way so we know it's not adjusting anything. So we can see that slowly coming forward. So we'll get it close. And I don't think the 3 pound weight actually makes any difference, to tell you the truth, but we're going to test that. So I have a 2 thou feeler gauge here. Where are we? There's 2. Okay, so we can bring that down in here. So I suppose they're just trying to hold it against there. Oh, hang on, I've got another one there as well. So if we just hold that there across, the 2 thou feeler gauge goes in. Still just hold a bit of weight. Okay, the 2 thou feeler gauge doesn't go in, so we can back this off just a little. That's very close. Yeah, that just goes in. Okay, now let's hook the weight on. The 3 pound weight. Let's see if there's any difference. Oh yes, there is. There's a slight difference. Oh, you can just feel that dragging. Do this way. Okay. Look, there was a 15th the difference. Okay. So the idea is that there is not rubbing on this here. And same again. I'll just, whoop, my weight bloody fell off. Okay, so this, once again, we'll do the draft one. We'll get him up close. Which is good. We're just coming into the nylon. The old one wasn't onto the nylon yet. So we'll bring this up. Hold a bit of pressure there. Then we'll get the weight hooked up again. And this weight, I suppose, it's well, on reading, it says that the weight was because the pressure of the control valve on the pump is 3 pounds, so it has to be able to hold against that. So let's just see how we go. I need to put this back in, the hook come out. So we have our 1/2 hour gap. Okay, and then so actually if you hold them with your fingers and a fair reasonable pressure, you can see an air gap through there. Okay, and then it says to bring this around. So this little roller underneath here, it says bring that around until it's snug on there. Okay, so the gist of it is that you have the 3 pound weight holding against the spring here, and say you have an air gap. So neither of these, you can see there's no pressure on the end there. You've really got to get into them. Well, there's none there then now. And then you adjust this cam down so it just touches. And look, that's it for the moment. You can't see that cam very well, can you? There. So, well, I can get that over there so you can see that a bit. That cam there, so you bring that, the cam's on an eccentric, like it's on a bolt on an eccentric, and it says with it held forward with the weight on it, bring that around so it touches firmly against this fork here. So we've done that. So look, that's all that we can do. We've got new nylon lock nuts here. That's okay. We've set our 1/2 hour gap with a 3 pound weight hanging off to there, and we've brought this roller around to touch, and that's all done with the linkage arms down, the main control lever in fast, and your draft lever between the 2 dots. So look, that's about the only adjustments that we can do for now. So that's quite easy really, isn't it? Be alright if my weight didn't break. Alright, that'll do just for this little quickie.